Welcome everybody, this is Gold Leader. I'm here with Patronus, and we are Home-Based Games. We are starting our first live stream of Imperial Assault. We are going to run through a campaign using the Legends of the Alliance app. So welcome. If you haven't played Imperial Assault before, we're not going to do a full demo. We're just going to explain as we play. If you have questions, please just feel free to ask in the chat. We are going to start with the very first campaign in the app, and we're actually just going to use
The original core set heroes.
4 core set heroes for this campaign. And our goal is to do this basically, I think, every Saturday.
Or something every Saturday.
Something like
Some
that.
kind of campaign-like game every Saturday. And maybe we'll play through a particular campaign in a given month and then proceed to a different one. We don't
Sure.
really know. We're still kind of trying to figure out our schedule here.
So I'm going to put our core heroes into the app right now. Alright. And we probably don't need the sound.
Not on the tablet. Nope. Although it probably won't get picked up, so it's up to you. If you guys have any questions about what we're doing at all, feel free to put a message into the chat. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We are very excited to have you. I'm not sure if you're interested in this particular game or just Star Wars in general, but I will say I do love the campaign version of this game. I just think it's super, super fun. And the benefit in our minds of Imperial Assault is that you really get two games in one because you have the ability to do the heads-up skirmish version as well as this cooperative campaign as well. So it's honestly a very, very good value in our opinions.
Yeah, Imperial Assault is one of my most favorite games. There's a lot of campaign-based games, cooperative games. Gloomhaven probably being the most popular, and we do love us some Gloomhaven. But being Star Wars fans, this one is very good, and it does have one thing. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles as Gloomhaven, but one thing this game does have that Gloomhaven doesn't is all of the missions that you do in the campaign. They're very unique. It's not just murder all the bad guys.
Correct. Yes, there is an objective to every mission, and honestly, it's usually a trick in that the more you get sidetracked by trying to kill all the things, the more likely you are to lose the mission, honestly. So it's more about just trying to keep up with whatever is getting put out every turn. And I apologize, we're trying a new app to be able to try and use the DICE phone app, and it was working perfectly all day, and now all of a sudden it is just not. So we're going to do our best here to keep that up on screen for you guys. And that's what's in that upper left-hand corner, which currently has, just the white bars. But as we actually add some dice into the app, it will be interactive for us and total up our results. So hopefully that sticks around. It might come and go as I restart the app, and I apologize for that, but trying out some new tech to see if we can get that to work a little bit better for us.
Okay. So I've just added the heroes in. And we gotta name our team. Alright.
So while we're getting that pulled up, we do stream other games as well. Some's just Star Wars games, but also we do Harry Potter games, other types of board games in addition to just this campaign game. So if this is content that you're interested in, feel free to give us a follow or a like on Twitch, as well as follow us and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We do post all of our live streams back onto YouTube so that people can catch those later. And looks like we are ready to go. So should I read that off?
Yeah, go
We've
for
got
it.
our intro here. Okay. So you guys can kind of see this is what the app looks like. And here's our intro screen. From within the secret rebel base on Yavin 4, you listen anxiously as the pilots of Red and Gold squadrons face down the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star. You cheer with joyful relief when Luke Skywalker destroys the Imperial installation with a single shot. You stand at grateful attention as Princess Leia Organa presents Skywalker and Han Solo with awards for their meritorious service. Yet the ceremony has hardly finished when Rebel Command orders a full evacuation of the Yavin 4 base. You help load the transports, uncertain how long you have until the Empire arrives. We will begin our campaign.
Yep. And so we could talk about the heroes we chose. So we went with just 4 of the core heroes from the game. And when you start, there's a couple things to notice about heroes. So heroes are kind of divided into categories. There are support heroes, and then there are, I would say, just
Range DPS.
range DPS or melee DPS. So an example of a support hero is Gideon. Gideon's a support hero. You could realistically mix and match any 4 heroes together you want,
Absolutely.
and you'll be fine.
Yep.
Um,
You'll have a harder time some of the time.
If you're playing 2
depending
or
on
3 support heroes in one team, you might have a little bit harder of a time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We usually don't metagame our list. We just kind of go theme, or we'll just play characters we haven't played before. So I kind of went with a little, like, just kind of almost like a little small, like, think of this as like kind of like a rebel squad here. So we have Garkin, who is our only melee character in the team. And things to notice about these characters is not only their abilities, but also their tests,
Their attributes, their skills, I think.
Yeah, every character has 3 attribute tests. So Garkin's really good at Fist. And one thing that you can overlook sometimes when you're building a squad if you don't think about it.
Yeah, we might be able to get this just on our little zoom cam here so people can see that a little bit better. So you can see these attributes down in the bottom corner. So there's Fist, an eyeball for insight, and then a wrench for mechanics.
Yeah, so I think Fist is strength, then insight, and mechanics.
Yeah.
And one thing that I will say when you're building a squad, you can kind of not pay attention to those. And then you're in a mission and someone has to perform a mechanics check. And you look down, you're like, oh, no one in our team can
actually do mechanics
very well. Maybe we could roll 1 blue die or something. And so with this team, we're a little more balanced. We have Garkin, who is good at strength. We have Fen, who's got 2 dice.
He's decent
He's
at
average at everything.
Yeah.
And then we have Gideon, who's very good at insight.
Yep.
He's got 3 dice.
And then Mac Esquire is very good at mechanics.
Yeah, so this is a little more balanced. We've got 1 kind of like almost like a tank, a melee, getting this scrum.
Yep.
We've got 2 good ranged shooters, and then this guy as a support. This guy is insane.
Yeah, he can
You
be
haven't played
very,
him
very
before,
good.
but he's very powerful.
Yeah.
So don't let people tell you support is not good. You're going to see the power of Gideon. He's probably one of the best heroes in the game.
Yep.
So I've never played Garkon or Fen, actually.
Yeah, and I haven't played Mac or Gideon, so that's kind of how we picked this. Even though they're from the original core set, we've played with them in a campaign, but neither of us have actually personally played with them in a campaign.
Everyone else is always like took these for whatever reason, and we took the other characters.
Yeah, we just took other things, or we took newer ones, or what have you. But yeah, so we figured we'd just go back to the original core set and play with these heroes. We can maybe just go through what their abilities are for each hero, or
Yeah, you could say. I mean,
So Mac has an ambush ability, so he has to use one strain, and then when you declare an attack targeting a figure that does not have line of sight to you, this attack gains Pierce 2. He also has a passive ability called Covert. Hostile figures 4 or more spaces away from you do not have line of sight to you. You do not block line of sight for those figures. So as long as he's 4 or more spaces away from his enemy, they can't see him.
and then he can trigger his
And then he
ability.
can, yeah, he has abilities that trigger
He could
off of
trigger
being
his
far 4
ambush
spaces
ability
away.
to pierce.
Correct. Gideon has an ability that requires an action and suffering 2 strain to choose another friendly figure within 3 spaces. That figure may interrupt to either perform 1 move or 1 attack. And then he has a passive ability, Disabling Shot. When he is attacking with a ranged weapon, he gains an additional ability for his weapon, which is with 1 surge, he can stun.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Fen has an ability, Havoc Shot. Suffer 1 strain. Use while attacking with a ranged weapon. This attack gains Blast 1. Blast is, it affects the
Area
target.
damage.
Yeah, it's area. The target as well as any adjacent figures to your target. He also has a passive ability, Lone Wolf. At the end of your activation, if there are no friendly figures adjacent to you, recover 1 strain. If you have no strain on your character, by the way, you recover damage at that point. If you're ever instructed to recover strain, you don't have any. All right, and then Garkin finally has an ability, Charge. 1 action and suffer 2 strain. Move a number of spaces up to your speed. Then you may perform an attack with a melee weapon. So he gets to move and attack with 1 action. And his passive ability is Rage. After an attack targeting you is resolved, if you suffered 3 or more damage, you become focused. Focused means you actually add a green die into your attack pool. So that's our group here. Pretty balanced, like we said. Let's go through. We've got our next little entry screen here.
Okay.
And I'll read that off for everybody. Welcome to Boot Camp, soldiers. My name is Lieutenant Talkin. I am here to teach you what you need to know to do battle against the Empire. I know you have all seen your fair share of action already, but this is a whole new battle you're about to join. If you want to have any hope of bringing down the Empire, you're going to have to learn a new way of doing things. This tutorial will walk you through how to play Star Wars Imperial Assault, Legends of the Alliance. Italicized text is story text. Yeah, so other informational pieces about the app. So I'm going to continue. Continue. All right, so we have our first little map thing, and then this is more story text. Your assignment is to patrol the boundary of the base and make sure Imperial troops can't catch us off guard. I will monitor your progress from the command center and keep in contact via comlink. You turn toward the ancient metal gate that leads out of the base into the dense, wild jungle beyond. So we need to place some tiles. I'm going to give that to you so you can tell me which tiles we need.
Okay. So these are core tiles. It looks like we're starting out with tiles 0, 1A and 18A, and you have 2 of them.
Okay. I'm just trying to find our core tiles. And I apologize for the rustling. We keep all of our things in different bags for each expansion. Yeah, the core tiles are not in here.
Fantastic. All right.
So let's go find those. Sorry, guys. We had our box of tiles, and apparently it had all but the most important ones. Find them? Perfect. Okay, thank you. There we go. Okay. So, you said 1?
Yep, 01A. And 18A, you need 2 of those. They're little end cap tiles.
I think this big one is 1. Yep. And then 18 are end caps. Are they actually end caps or are they middle pieces?
They're green end caps.
Okay. 18. 18.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. And then we have a door. Right here. Alright.
Okay.
Okay, so it says, so go for it.
So continue. Place Fen Cygnus. And this is, yep, so Fen. Do we have our heroes?
Yep, they're right here. Okay. So we have Garkon.
So Fen first.
Fen first. Where's Fen? Alright. Okay. Alright.
Okay, so Fen is going here. Gideon is here. Mac is here. And Garkin is right here in front of the door.
Alright.
All right, so round 1. Suddenly you catch a glimpse of movement out of the corner of your eye. A squad of Imperial troopers has ambushed you. Deploy 3 stormtroopers.
Okay.
Okay. 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So you guys can kind of see on the app, it's instructing us where to put these things here. So confirm. It's just a few prompts. Okay, blast. How did we not detect them before now? No time to worry about that. You have to get ready for combat. The stormtroopers interrupt to activate. So Imperial figures activate in groups. These 3 stormtroopers are a singular group. When a group activates, each figure takes its activation one at a time until all of the figures have activated. Then we get to go after that. Okay. I'm just going through some of these initial prompts. Oh, there we go. Read the instructions. There we go. Okay. Sorry, just going through any of these prompts here. I think we know how to do all this. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So we're going with this guy first. The app told us to go with this guy first. His first instruction is to move 3 to attack the closest rebel.
So the Imperials are acting before the heroes?
Yeah, there is a surprise thing. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this guy is going to try and move 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. And attack the closest rebel, which is Fen.
Okay. And he gets,
I think it's blue-green
Yep.
for troopers.
Mm-hmm. And Fen, on his. So if you look on the character cards, they all have a defense rating. Fen has a black die, so we're going to add a black die into this pool. And we're going to roll. And it looks like we've got a range of 4.
Which he obviously missed.
2
Hits.
defense, and 3 damage.
Yep.
So that's going to deal 1 damage to Fen. So we're going to put a damage on Fen. Also, I did already place their weapons out here. So these cards you see here, all the heroes start with basic starting weapons. So that's Fen. You just flip it over, and you can see that's his blaster. It tells you what dice he'll roll. So these are already out for all the heroes.
So they did have a bonus that they got an additional surge for the activation. So that means he's going to get an additional damage on Fen.
Okay. So one thing that's a little bit different than the app is often your surge abilities on your deployment card are replaced by what the app tells you that they have.
Correct.
So you're really only using the health and defense and the attack on the card. Okay, so that was that
So
guy.
then his last choice is or his last action, sorry, there's 18 million tutorial prompts for this initial turn. So this is, I'm just trying to click through all this stuff because I already know how to do this. So his last thing is to move 4 to reposition a certain amount. It already went away, but it's telling me to put him here. Normally it doesn't go this in depth in all of these things. I think it's just because this must be the tutorial mission because there's 18 million things here. So, okay, so then it's telling us to activate this one next. So move 3 to attack the closest rebel. So 1, 2, 3. And he can choose. Let's see if this is going to tell me which one. So it just says follow the Imperial rule, which is whatever is better for the Empire, do that.
Right, so yeah, so he's going to attack Fen again.
He is going to attack Fen again.
Okay, and I actually have that same dice pool already up,
Yep.
so... Ooh.
So he blocked that, because there's 3 blocks and 3 damage. However, they do, have a bonus surge for the turn, so they are still going to deal 1 damage to Fen.
So they get a surge result?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
And
so,
he doesn't have a surge cancel.
All right.
So still 1 damage.
Okay.
Okay. And then move 4 to reposition 3. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So as soon as he is 3 spaces away from heroes, that's when they stop. Okay, continue. And then the last Stormtrooper. It's going to move 3. You can move through friendlies. So these guys are friendly to each other. Imperials are friendly to each other, and we are, as heroes, friendly to each other. So you can move 1, 2, 3, and attack the closest rebel. So 1, 2, 1, 2. It's still going to be Fen. And blocked that again.
Man.
However, it is still 1 damage from their bonus surge.
Okay.
All right.
Fen tanking it up.
Yep. And then move 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now we get to go back and fight ourselves, and hopefully all of these dumb tutorial things are over.
And heroes
Okay.
get activation tokens.
Yep.
So you want to take your heroes.
Yep. And I guess we can maybe have heroes here and the villain characters down here. Maybe
That's kind of
exactly
what I was
we do.
doing, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So we get to choose who we want to have activate.
Yep. And it doesn't matter to me. Garkon is melee. But maybe we want Garkon just to open the door.
That's
since he's
true.
already at the door.
That's true.
So maybe go with some of the shooting figures and just...
Yeah, probably. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these guys are 3 away from me. do we want...
I mean, if Fen kills this one, then Mac can kill that one.
Yeah, because I was going to say Fen could go and trigger Blast
Right,
and
that's what I'm
then
thinking.
soften them up a little bit.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Fen. So when it's your turn to activate, you just flip over your activation token. You get 2 actions. I'm just gonna take some shooting actions. I actually have the same dice pool as the Stormtrooper, and they have the same defense, so we're already
Correct.
keyed up. So we're gonna roll. And what do we got here?
So your range is 3, and
So
1, 2, 3. So you have the range.
I've got 1 damage.
1 evade result, 1 surge result. So those are going to cancel
So
each
it's
other
just
out.
1
So it's just
damage.
1 damage.
Okay. All right, so 1 damage to the Stormtrooper, and that is Stormtrooper number 2. Okay.
And
And then I get a second action.
are you going to use your Havoc shot?
Oh, I should have used that beforehand. So I'll use it on the second one. Use one attacking with a weapon. This attack gains
A
blast
ranged
1.
weapon.
Yeah, so I should have done that in the first one, but... So the way to
okay.
use that is it requires strain, so I'm going to put a strain here.
And you can have up to as much strain as whatever your endurance number is. After that,
Okay.
you start taking damage.
So I got the range of 4. I've
Yeah.
got damage 2, but I don't have a surge.
You do not.
So...
I don't think you need a surge, though. I think you can just
No,
trigger
just
it, right?
blast. So
Yeah.
it'll deal 2 damage to that guy,
Which will kill him.
which will kill him,
And then 1 damage to number 3.
and 1 damage
From
to
the
number
blast
3
one.
from the blast. Yep.
Okay.
So that's a dead Stormtrooper.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to maybe put them on the side here?
Yeah, we
next
can
to
put
number
number
2?
2's dead.
Maybe like that.
Okay.
That's maybe a little easier to see.
Yep.
Okay. So that was Fen.
Mm-hmm. Now the other option. So I also have the option with heroes to strain and move up.
Yeah, you can do that twice.
You can do that twice.
Move up to 2 spaces and suffer 1 strain.
And
for
as
each
long
space.
as I'm not adjacent to somebody, I can remove strain at the end of my turn. So I'm
Yep.
going to take 2 strain. And I'm going to go 1, 2.
Okay.
And now I'm not adjacent to any heroes, so at the end of my turn,
You'll recover one of them.
I'll recover 1.
Okay. And could you actually maybe just give a pile of those tokens for me so I can have some over here?
Okay.
Just damage and strain and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Fen has gone. And a little flavor text here. The sound of your comlink beeping shakes you from your state of surprise at having been ambushed. Take out those stormtroopers, Lieutenant Talcon orders. Continue performing hero activations until the stormtrooper group is defeated. Okay. So then we can go with Mac and do a little shooting.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3. So I can't do the Pierce 2 at the moment.
If you strained
but
up
if I-
1, you could, because then you would be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Exactly, yeah. So I will take 1 strain to move up 1 square here. And then I can, because I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 squares away, he no longer has line of sight to me because of my covert ability. So then I can use ambush, suffer 1 more strain, and gain Pierce 2 on my attack. Pierce 2 is what it sounds like. It eliminates or
It removes 2 defense.
removes 2 defense.
Yep.
2 defensive blocks.
Yeah, 2 block results.
So
So we're queued up. The Stormtroopers dies in here. We're just going to roll it up.
Yep.
And,
okay.
all right, so
he
that
got
Pierce
2
matters.
blocks, but we
It's
take
Pierce.
those away for Pierce 2.
So you got 2
So
hits.
it's 2 damage and 1 and 1 surge.
And what does your weapon
My
do?
surges, I can either do +1 damage or an additional Pierce 1,
Well,
which
+1
neither
will
of
kill him.
those, it's already got a damage on it.
Oh, yeah.
He's already dead.
So he just dies.
So he just dies.
But you can use the strain to recover
And that
damage.
strain, exactly. So if you ever once per turn, you can, or
Once
once
per
per
attack.
attack, you can use one surge result to recover a strain.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, so that was that one.
And you still have another action.
I do have another
But you can't
action.
shoot anyone.
Yeah, this guy is so hard to reach.
Maybe you interact and open the door then?
Yeah, maybe that's what I do.
Because
So
we still have 2 guys to go.
yeah, so I will. I don't know if I can actually open this door yet, though, with this tutorial. It just says the door is locked.
Are we on the tutorial?
Yes. This is some kind of a tutorial
I
mission.
don't know how we got in the tutorial.
We are.
Ah, okay.
So it
Well, I
says we
guess
have
we're
to
going through
defeat
the
the
tutorial.
stormtroopers. It says we have to defeat the stormtroopers before we can progress. So
Alright.
I'm kind of just...
Yeah, the only other thing you could do is rest and recover your strain.
Yeah, yes.
It's better than nothing.
Although, can you rest in the app?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you had to use med packs in the app.
No, I mean, you can rest and you could still use med packs. Med packs require a rest action to use.
Ah, okay. Got it. Okay, so Mac is done.
Yep.
So I suppose we'll just go with Gideon. Do some more shooting. So 1, 2. 2 strain, and then I think
Yeah, you can see
I
him.
can see that guy from that spot. So he's going to suffer 2 strain to do that. And he's just going to shoot. So it is a blue and a yellow.
Okay. Blue and
So
yellow.
clear that out. Blue, yellow, and black for the stormtrooper. Roll that up.
Alright. Wow, 3
Okay.
damage and a surge, but
And
2 blocks.
And he can surge for Pierce too on his weapon.
So that just kills
that
him.
is just a dead stormtrooper. So those guys are all defeated. And that was 1 action. So with his second action, he will probably just move up with the rest of the group here.
That makes sense.
So he is a speed 4, so he's just going to go, he's going to come back here.
Okay.
Hang out behind there.
Alright, so they're all murked.
So Gideon is done. And this stormtrooper group has been defeated. Good work taking out those bucket heads. I'm starting to believe the stories I heard about your past exploits. You've just earned fame. Fame is a measure of how well you're known in the galaxy. Blah, blah, blah. Continue. I doubt those stormtroopers came alone. I'm unlocking the gate to the base grounds. Get everyone inside. We need to accelerate the evacuation. The door is now unlocked. When a hero is adjacent to the door, that hero can interact with the door to open it. When you
Yep.
do this, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Instructions. So our objective right now is to open the door, which
Okay.
obviously we're about to do. So
So I'm gonna go with new round. So we ready our.
it's not a new round. Garkin hasn't gone yet.
Oh, it's not a new round. Okay. So Garkin's gonna go. He's gonna activate. He's gonna use an interact action to open the door.
Okay, so now we have more tiles.
Mhm.
So we'll move this up a little bit. The
Yep.
gate opens onto a courtyard where an ancient stone structure stands as one of the last remnants of a civilization that has disappeared into the mists of history. So I need tile number 2, which is going like this in here. And then I need a 38, which is an end cap. Or maybe it's a middle piece, actually. I might want an end cap for the door. Mm-hmm. 38. Alright, so that's going over here.
Alrighty.
And there's a door there, but I was just going to... Yeah, that's fine. I was going to say if we wanted to put an end cap piece
No,
on
that's
there just to balance it. Okay, so get these tiles out of the way. Continue. A computer terminal is here.
Okay.
Stands next to the door leading into the base. Incoming. We've got probe droids incoming. A probe droid comes hovering over the fence that surrounds the courtyard.
Alright.
So we're deploying a gray regular probe droid.
Got it. And where are we deploying it?
And he is deploying right there. And we need that card.
Yeah, we'll grab one. So I will say the one thing when you are playing this game, being organized is
It's super important.
very important.
It already seems like it takes a while with all of the different moving pieces, and
Yeah.
if you're not organized, it takes way longer. Okay, and we could probably move the stormtroopers up
Yeah, until
here
until
until
they're
we need
needed.
them again. Okay, so that guy's deployed, and another probe droid
Oh, Okay. Second probe droid. No.
Yep, also gray.
Also gray. Okay.
Another probe droid follows the first over the fence.
So I'm gonna get one with a
And
different base.
yeah.
So we have one that's black.
Okay,
No
perfect.
Force base.
Yep. That one's coming here.
Okay. And
Get back to base to help with the evacuation, Lieutenant Talcon orders. Complete the activation of the hero who opened the door. Open the door to the base using the terminal. That is our objective. All right, continue.
so this will be just to mark. This is the one with the Force base. There's two
Oh,
probe droid
sure.
cards.
Yep, you got it. Okay, so Garkin finishes his turn.
Okay. Yep. And so Garkin has a sweet ability which he's going to use. He's going to charge.
Mm-hmm.
That costs him an action and 2 strain.
Yep.
And he is going to go 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And attack
Wacky,
some
wacky.
droids.
Mm-hmm.
So Garkin rolls a red and a yellow.
Yep.
So we are going to get rid of this blue, add a red, and we're going to attack the guy with the black base.
Black base. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
1 damage and a surge.
Mhm.
So his surge abilities is cleave 1,
Which is nice.
which is nice, or he could pierce 1. So it's spreading out the damage versus just dealing the damage to 1. So I think I'm just going to pierce it and hit it for 2.
Okay. So that's the black one.
That's the black one. That's this one. 2 damage.
All right, so Garkin's turn is done. Now there are 2 new probe droids, obviously, so they're going to now activate
Yep.
before we start a new round. All right, so its activation, its bonus for the round is to gain +1 damage. And its first action is going to be to move 2 spaces to attack the rebel that has suffered the least damage. So its target is going to be anybody but Fen. And I suppose I'm trying to remember what the app. So its instruction is to move 2 to attack the rebel that suffered the least damage. Does it still move the 2? I think it does, right?
Yeah, it still moves.
Okay. So it'll
If
go,
it can.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. If it's already based, it doesn't move. It just attacks.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, if it's
If
already
it's adjacent
based.
to something, I don't think it moves.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to attack Garkin. These guys have kind of a nasty dice pool. They have yellow, yellow, blue, and Garkin rolls a black. So let's roll that up. And holy lots of searches, Batman. They over searched like crazy. Okay, so they have +1 damage for the turn as well. So Garkin blocked 1, but it's basically negated by their +1 for the turn. So it's 3 damage and a bajillion surges. So they'll be able to do all of their surge abilities. The first one is +1 damage, so that's a total of 4 damage to Garkin right now. The next one is Pierce 1. So it'll actually go up even more because now he's not blocking. So it's a total of 5 damage. And then the last surge ability is to recover 1. And that was this one, the foresty one that we're going, which is this one. So he doesn't actually have any damage to recover. So that is skipped. So Garkin is going to suffer 5 damage. Ouch. However, because he suffered 3 or more damage in the attack, he is now focused. So we'll have to pull a focus token out for Garkin. Focus token for Garkin. What are you looking for?
I was trying to find more of the minion cards. There seem to be missing.
Jeez, careful. They're right here.
Oh, they're there. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So, focus token.
Focus token for Gurkha.
Alright. Sweet, you got hit for 3.
He got hit for 5.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Alright.
And
Did the droid recover too?
it was the one that didn't have any. It didn't suffer any damage. And then its next action is to move 2 to reposition 3. So probably just wants to go into this corner because that's 1, 2, 3. So that's
Probably the farthest he can get away.
yeah.
So.
That's his best spot. Oh, actually, yes, because it was the foresty one that attacked first. All right. So this guy had attacked.
Yep. So he's activated.
That's probably a better way to do it.
Yep.
Okay. Continue. Okay. And then the second one is going to activate. So this guy is activating. This is the damaged one. So his instructions are a little different. They're not the same, even though it's the same figures. They will have different abilities. So this one's activation is saying move 2 to attack Mac Eshkare specifically. So I think he's still going to do that.
Yep. So that's this one.
Yep.
So 1, 2.
You can't move through enemies.
He has flight. He's mobile.
You can still move through enemies even?
Yeah, mobile.
Oh, okay.
He's flight. He just
All right.
flies right over a guard.
I knew he could fly over that. I just didn't know he could fly over enemies.
Mobile,
okay.
just fly over.
Fly over anything. All right. So he's going to attack Mac Eshkare. And
same pool.
No, it's different. Blue, yellow, but Mac has a white. Fingers crossed I get that dodge. Roll it up. Not a dodge. Okay, so
not a lot of damage though.
Not a lot of damage.
So, it's
so
2
I
damage
canceled
and
the
1
surge. Yeah, it does get Pierce 1 though, but that's kind of irrelevant because I didn't do a block. So
right.
Mac is just going to take 2 damage.
And surge?
No surge because I have an evade.
He rolled 2 surges. So
oh, I'm sorry.
What's his first priority?
1 damage. So I'm taking an extra damage.
Okay.
I didn't see that there was 2 of them. Okay. And then he is going to move 2 to reposition 3. So I suppose 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's his best spot.
Okay.
Finish. Minor peril. The oppressive jungle heat saps your strength. Each hero suffers 1 strain.
All right.
Okay, fresh round. Round 2.
Okay, so fresh round. We
Normally,
flip over our activation tokens.
Yep, and usually heroes activate first. That last round where the stormtroopers got to go first was just for purposes of
it was
like the tutorial.
It was
told
a
us to do it that way.
story-based. It was a story-based scenario
Yep.
event essentially.
Correct.
And yeah, so normally the heroes always activate first, but there's a lot of things and this is what's cool about Imperial Assault. There's a lot of story-based and thematic rule sets for every scenario. They're not the same. So sometimes there'll be an ambush, and
things happen.
Remember there was I don't remember which mission it is, but there's that mission where you fall down into a corridor and Darth Vader's in the hallway and it's like the end of Rogue One and you have to get past him and you're
yeah.
like
Yeah. Technically, I don't think you had to get past him. I think you just had to buy enough time and not die for someone to come and rescue you, if I remember correctly. But yes, it was scary. You were trapped in this tiny little hallway.
2 tiles long.
2 tiles long that was like this. And Vader's at one end and you're at the other end and you basically have to try and get through the door or fight off Vader or find another way out. It was scary. Let's just say that.
Hilarious. Okay.
All right, so we have a fresh round, and heroes activate first.
Yeah.
We do take turns going back and forth where heroes activate, then the Imperial player, i.e. the Pro Droids, will activate one at a time. So hero, Imperial, hero, Imperial, hero, Imperial, until there's no one remaining for either one of the factions.
Yeah. So I think I want to go with Garkon first because he's focused.
Take something out.
And yeah, he might be able to take out like a full health guy.
He might.
So I think I go with him first. I activate.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my first action, because I only have so much endurance,
Yep.
I
4.
have 4. So I couldn't. I would have to take a move action.
Yeah.
But what I could do is I could
Well, you
actually.
could just
I could
strain
do.
1
Well,
and hit him.
strain one. And, no, because this is the guy. This was. This is the bull. Oh yeah,
That's the one that's damaged.
yeah.
This one is not damaged.
Yeah, let's strain 1.
Okay. So you're max on strain.
Yep.
So if he takes any more strain at this point, it now becomes damage.
All right. So now we're gonna do a new pool. And so Garkin rolls red, yellow, green because he's focused, so we remove that focus token.
Oh, and probe droids roll a black.
Yep, and rolling
Roll
it
that
up.
That seems
Oh,
pretty good.
that seems alright. So
Okay.
3 damage with
3 surges,
3
and 1
surges.
block right
Wow.
now.
Okay, so we'll spend 1 surge to pierce, so remove that block.
Correct.
So 3 damage.
So 3 damage.
And then we'll spend another 1 to remove
Yep. That's your best thing.
that.
So that guy is going to take 3 damage.
Okay. So that's 3 on this one. And then I still have a second action, so
Correct.
I'm going to attack again.
Yep.
Oh.
You take the green die out.
Yep. Oops.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know.
So you have yellow,
Red,
yellow,
black.
black.
Alright.
Roll it up. Okay,
Ooh,
that's a crunch.
Yeah, he's dead.
No surges though.
That's alright.
So this guy is gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that was Garkin, and those were both of his turns, or both of his actions, I should say. So if he wanted to suffer 1 strain to move 1 more space, he could. I don't know if he wants to.
No, he's just going to chill out.
Yeah, I think that's fine. So end Garkin's activation. So this guy is now going to go. He is going to move 2 to attack Gideon Argus. 1, 2. So his attack is yellow, yellow, blue. And Gideon rolls a black. And his bonus, the probe droid's bonus, is Pierce 1. So that 1 block is gone. And their surge priority is +1. Then Pierce 1, which is irrelevant, then Recover 1. So he will recover 1 damage, and he's dealing an additional damage. So Gideon is going to take 4. Okay. Then he's going to move 2 to reposition 3. So he's going to move right back where he was.
Sounds good.
All right, so we get to go now as the heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So
I could have Fen go and just try to finish him off.
yeah, that's fine.
So Fen will go. He will shoot. So
He will shoot.
Fen. He is rolling blue-green
Against a black.
against a black. And does he have any? He could Havoc shot.
You want to? There's no reason. It just gives blast.
Just blast, yeah. Nope.
Not worth it. Roll it up. Okay.
So there's 1 surge on his gun. He can get +1 damage. So 3.
Okay.
So hit him for 2 damage.
Correct.
And this droid's already gone. So I could actually just probably take a rest action here and let Mac or Gideon finish him off.
Yeah, you could.
So
That's
I'm going to
fine.
do that. So when you rest, you recover strain first up to your endurance. And so I
So
had
he's
3.
going to recover a total of 4 because that's his endurance. You pull off strain first, all strain first, and then you can pull off damage.
Yep. So he's done.
Okay. So Finn is done. Okay. So why don't we just let
You also-
Mac
You also
shoot
have a
him?
question in chat, it looks like.
No, that's
Okay.
nothing. That was there a while ago. Not a question. Just a comment that the rustling is fine.
Wrestling.
Rustling from the backs.
Oh.
That was from when I said that a while ago. Okay, so Mac is going to activate. Mac is just gonna 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's really nowhere for him to go to get 4 away, so he's just gonna shoot him
Yeah,
where
just
he's
shoot
at.
him. I mean, all he does is lose Pierce.
Yep. So clear this. So Mac has blue against black. Roll it up. Okay, so he's blocking the damage that I have right now, but I do have a surge, which is just +1 or
So it
pierce
takes
1,
one.
so it's the same thing. So he takes 1,
And attack again.
and yeah, we'll roll that up again.
Oh,
And
got him.
1 damage. All right, that's enough. So this guy's gone. Defeat that guy. And just thinking whether or not I want to strain to move, but I don't think
so.
I don't think I want to use it. Okay. So Gideon is all that's left.
Do we have to interact with that terminal?
We do have to interact
So
with that
maybe he
terminal.
does that.
Yeah. So he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's his speed. So perfect. So he'll take a move action. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then his second action will be to interact with this terminal.
Do it.
This door is controlled by the nearby terminal, which is currently damaged. You will need to repair the terminal if you want to open the door. The door is locked.
Uh-oh. Mechanics.
And Gideon's not great at mechanics, but we'll see what happens. Okay. So we are interacting with the terminal. A hero can test mechanics to attempt repairs, of course. So clear this out. Gideon just has a blue and a green. So the way that you're
That's
successful...
not bad.
I haven't. Yeah, it's okay. So the way that you're successful with a check is that you roll a surge result. So let's see. And we failed.
Sad times. All right.
Okay, so I have 0 surges.
And you're out of activation.
You close up the console and flip the door switch. The console sparks and goes dark. You need to keep working to make repairs.
Okay. So flip his activation
so Gideon
token.
is done. Yep, sorry. And we now have a fresh round because there are no more Imperials.
Yep,
so flip all these up.
Yep. And you ended his activation in the app?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
So why don't we have...
So we know that this requires mechanics.
So why don't
we
we have
probably want
Mac-
Mac to go do that.
have him go first and
So
do
we'll
that.
let Mac go first and move...
4?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up next to that thing.
You might want him here, because then... Oh, that's it. Someone can always stand here.
Yeah, someone can stand on the terminal. That's just fancy. Okay. So Mac is going to try and interact with that. And he rolls blue, green, yellow. And yellow is the surge die, so that's what we want. So roll that up. 2. It's respectable. So we have 2 successes. Confirm. You finish up repairs and flick a switch on the panel. The door to the base begins to slide upward.
All right.
New part of the map. The door leads into a Durasteel enclosure hastily erected to the extent of an old stone structure that houses most of the base's occupants. An alarm is blaring through the base, ordering an emergency evacuation. Personnel scurry about the building trying to move critical supplies to space transports. So we need tiles. We need an end cap for one of them. And then we need 20s. Which is, of course, the last bag I'm grabbing. I need 22 and 24. Four, 22.
Okay.
So...
I'm assuming they're flipped like this.
No.
No. Okay. The other way.
Yeah. Okay. So...
So this one goes like this, maybe?
No. This one, you changed the map on me, so you
Yeah,
got me
so the
confused.
camera could see.
That's fine, but I can move it later, but I just need to be able to figure out how this goes. This one goes like this, and then end cap. Alright, so move it however you want.
Alright.
Continue. 2 crates.
Okay.
One crate here. Oh, up here. Yep, and then one there.
Looks right to me.
Yep, that's correct. Okay. Another crate. One crate stands out as particularly valuable because it is marked as medical supplies, which are always critical for the rebellion. So this, do we maybe have a special looking one, or do we just have all of that look the same?
They all look the same, but we can put a unpainted one to make
Or
it
we
stand
can
out.
maybe flip it over to make
Oh
it
yeah,
stand
to the
out.
black side. There you go.
Black side. Okay, so that's our medical supplies. Imperial forces have entered the base. They have penetrated the docking bay and are en route to your location. Just as you receive the lieutenant's transmission, several imposing figures come striding down the corridor leading to the docking bay. One of them wears a black cloak and wields a red lightsaber. The Imperials take blaster fire from behind, which the cloaked figure deflects with ease. He motions toward you, and 2 of his guards start in your direction, while the Sith Lord takes the rest of the guards in the direction of the blaster fire. Deploy regular Royal Guard group. So it sounds like Vader's in the base, and he went the other direction, thankfully. So we have
So
2.
we need Royal Guards.
Yeah, so we need a Royal Guard deployment group, which is 2 figures.
Alright.
And they're deploying back here. Continue. The Royal Guards rush you before you can react. The Royal Guards were interrupted to perform an activation. Okay, so they're pretty far away, so they're not really going to be able to reach us. So the first thing they're going to do is move forward to attack Gideon. So they won't be able to reach him, but they will still move forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then the next thing that they're going to do. Sorry, there's a bunch of helper text here. Okay, so then they are going to move 3 to engage as many non-Guardian Imperial figures as possible. So just move 3. Yep. And technically we would do 1 at a time, but it's fine.
What do you mean?
We would activate 1 and then activate the other one. We activated them both at the same time because all they were doing was moving. Okay, so they're done. These guards are going to be a thorn in our side while we work to evacuate the base. Take them out. So that is now our objective, to defeat the Royal Guards. Okay, but they've gone already, so shouldn't be too bad. So Mac moved and interacted with the terminal, so he is totally done.
Okay. So now there's other options.
There are other options.
So
I am thinking, oh, we need our guard deployment card.
yeah. So Imperial Guard.
So these crates are available for any hero to interact with them. It seems probably smart to interact with the one that they called out to be medical supplies, specifically because the app called it out. Sometimes you're not able to interact with these things, though, just because you're on a clock to accomplish your task. But if you can get them, they usually have really good stuff in them. So,
Okay. So guards are in place, and we will. So options. So Gideon can always just shoot a guy.
I think he was here.
Yeah, you moved him right up to the door. Um, I could go with Fen first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fen can shoot and blast.
Yeah, that's
And then
probably a good
Gideon
idea.
also has the ability of letting other people attack.
Yeah.
So we could
The
blast.
only problem with blast is you're going to hit Mac, but it is what it is.
Oh yeah, we'd hit Mac because let's see, blast one. Yeah, because I can't see that stormtrooper,
Royal Guard.
that royal guard. So blast is not going to be super helpful here. We don't want to be blasting Mac. He doesn't have a lot of hit points. So I don't know. It doesn't matter. You could. I guess you could just go first with Gideon. Just shoot.
I mean, Fen could come here, but to see that guy, but then he's gonna blast himself, so that's not super helpful either. All right, so I guess we can just go with Gideon,
We're just gonna move this for the time being.
just in case someone sits there,
Yeah.
stands there, I should say.
All right.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, so Gideon's gonna roll his dice at the one right in front of him. So he rolls blue, yellow, and Royal Guards roll a black. Roll that up. Nothing. 3 blocks. I do have a strain though, so I can remove that, which is pretty important because I could use my command ability. Except nobody's in range besides Mac, and Mac is not going to hit that hard. So I suppose he's just going to attack again. Roll it up. Alright, slightly better, so I'm just going to deal 1 damage, unfortunately. These guys aren't numbered, unfortunately.
We have numbered ones.
Yeah, let's pull out numbered ones, please.
Well, actually, we don't have numbered ones, so we use one with grass.
Okay. Okay, so grass is number 1.
Grass is number 1.
Okay. So that was Gideon. Is it worth him moving somewhere? I don't think so.
No.
I think I'd rather keep his strain. So Gideon has activated.
Okay.
Fen or Garkin?
Yeah, so Garkin can get there, except he has a strain problem.
He does have a strain problem,
So
so we can't get there.
he can't really get there. So he might be best, honestly, just resting this turn, recovering 3
Well, and 1 damage, but yeah.
and 1 damage. Alright.
You should just keep a pile out for yourself too.
So he's recovering 3, and he's recovering a damage. Alright, so 4 on Garkin. Alright. And that was 1 action.
Just have them all laid out so it's easy to see the damage.
1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be a second action.
Okay.
And he's done.
All right, Fen.
Alright, so Fen. Axel now. Fen's gonna go 1.
Nope, black.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3. He'll just come here.
Okay.
And
He can just straight up shoot that guy.
he's going to. Well, let's see. I was here.
No, you were there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah, he'll just shoot.
Okay. So he has blue, green,
Blue, green.
black. 3 block. You do have a strain though, or a surge.
Alright, I'll recover damage.
Okay.
That's it.
Yep, moved and attacked.
Oh, I actually could have dealt him a damage.
Why?
Because I have +1 surge. deal
Oh,
the damage to the guy.
to the guy in the damage. Yep, that's fine.
And we said green was number one.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, so it's a fresh round.
Yeah.
So maybe Garkin goes first.
Yeah, he can go and charge. And when he charges, he can move a number of spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
Yep. Which means he can't cleave.
Does moving a number of spaces count moving? I guess it's irrelevant. I mean, you could strain up 1.
Yeah.
And then go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that might be the plan. Alright, we're back to a bunch of strain.
So he's gonna.
Actually, you know what? You know what might be better? Might be better to let Gideon go and see if he can deal the damage because Gideon has stun. Oh, stun is not so good in the app. We forgot.
Yeah.
You're right. Stun is different in the
Yeah, it's not as strong in the app.
Alright, so yeah, so we'll do that.
So he strains 1 and then does a charge. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright. And he is rolling red, yellow.
Black. I guess black. Ooh, nice. 4 damage.
But no stun or blood.
No surges. Yep.
So 4 on that guy. So.
Yep. So he's got 2 health left.
And that was only 1 action.
It was only 1 action.
So, yeah, Garkin's just gonna swing again.
Yeah. Might as well. Now you got this. Now you got it. So you're only dealing 1 damage, unfortunately.
But I can.
So you could surge for.
Pierce 1 and kill him.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
fine.
think That's better.
I think so too.
So number 1 is gonna be dead.
Yep.
Okay. And then that was Garkin's activation.
Mm-hmm. So now just the 1 Royal Guard is gonna go. Their bonus, when the first figure in this group declares an attack, add a blue die to their attack pool. So that guy's going to get a blue die. Move 4 to attack the healthy rubble that has suffered the least damage. So that's what they're going to try and do. The hero that has suffered the least is either Mac or Fen. So he would just move and attack Mac.
Makes sense.
So he has red, yellow, if I remember, and then their bonus is a blue, and Mac rolls a white. Come on, dodge. Roll it up. Not a dodge. Okay, so their surge priority is a stun first. Sad face. Okay. So Mac is going to take 3 damage and become stunned.
I'll grab the condition card for the damage.
So that was Royal Guard's first thing. His second action is move 3 to engage as many non-Guardian Imperial figures as possible. 1, 2. He'll probably just stand on this. As it says to engage as many non-Guardian Imperial figures as possible. So he's not going to. So that's. Then he's going to. I'm not sure if he would skip that one or if he would then just go and do the next move. And they're both 3 spaces, so.
I think he's just going to move up and smack whoever he can smack.
Yeah, so then it says move 3 toward the closest non-ready hero. He's already engaged, so I think he just stays there.
And what happened to...
Stun.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a stun condition.
Mac is stunned. Okay, so that was the Royal Guards. So now I'm thinking we let Gideon go and tell Garkin to smack the
Sounds good to me.
other guard. So Gideon's going to go and use his command, suffer 2 strain. Choose another friendly figure within 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. That figure may interrupt to either perform 1 move or 1 attack.
Alright, so I'm going to hit that guy for 3.
Nice.
So 3 damage on the second royal guard.
Yep. And then his second action will just be to shoot the guy. So blue, yellow against a black. Roll it up. 1 damage.
Okay.
Ping.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Apparently. Okay, that was Gideon.
So I have.
I guess we maybe let Mac go so he can get out of Fenn's way.
Sure.
So Mac will attack this guy. It is blue, if I remember. Oh, no, he's stunned.
Yep.
So the first thing he has to do is take an action to discard this. So I'll just leave it there. And then he'll shoot blue against a black. And do no damage, but he has a strain, or a surge, so you can remove this. And he'll honestly just put it right back on to move onto this terminal space and get out of Fenn's way. So Fenn has clear line of sight.
Alright.
Mac is done. Fenn.
Alright, so Fenn's just going to go. He's just going to shoot. So he's got red, blue against a black.
Mm-hmm. That's green-blue. Is that what you meant?
Yes,
You said red. Okay. 1
1
damage.
1 damage.
So 5.
Yep. Alright. And then
Try again.
That's better.
Yeah.
So
So it's 2 damage showing right now plus a surge. Can you surge for +1?
surge for +1.
All right, then it's 3. Then he's dead.
Yep.
Good job, Mac. All right.
So
Or good job, Fenn, I should say. Taking down those guards was no small feat. You are well on your way to becoming capable soldiers, but this is a losing battle. No kidding, because Vader's here. Gather as many supplies as you can and load up the transport for evac. We're leaving.
Yeah, so I wanted to.
There is a random spawn, though. Oh, finishing your excavation, that's fine. So a Death Trooper is going to spawn here. We have lots of trays.
But, I mean, I literally have 20 trays with the dudes to look through. That's true.
So if you're wondering, I think this is just a random spawn within the app. That's why it's a Death Trooper. So some of the figures that spawn are part of the story, and some of them are just random based on the collection that we have, which we have everything. So we'll have a lot of odd, sometimes non-thematic things that spawn.
Yeah, I would say that's the only downside to playing the app is that the computer randomly generates your villain. So sometimes you'll be like, oh, there's an Ugnaught.
Yeah. And another probe droid.
Okay.
And we need the card as well, obviously.
Yeah, we have this out already. So where's
Well,
the
card for that guy. Same spot, so he'll just spawn adjacent. Confirm. And last but not least is a red Imperial officer. An officer strides out of the jungle, barking orders at the enemy forces.
And a red Imperial officer.
Yeah, and he spawns actually in the back over here.
There we go.
I'll send some help to cover you while you finish gathering supplies. Oh, deploy rebel troopers. Cool. So we have some temporary allies.
Our first ally.
Rebel troopers are actually going to spawn on these two spaces. So well, I guess this backspace. So you could still stay here. And they could just spawn adjacent.
Is there number 3?
It's rebel troopers. So yeah, I think there's 3 on their deployment card, right? So maybe 1, 2, 3, because that is their deployment zone. So they have to spawn adjacent. Okay, got some allies. Allies can be activated at any time. If it is when it's the hero's turn to activate. So they almost function as a hero. They just have they're a little bit more limited in terms of what they can do.
Great, rebel troopers.
Yes. Okay. So so Fen is done with his activation, correct? Did you want to end up there? Because I have a feeling you were trying to move to be not adjacent to things.
Yeah, so I'm not even gonna. Well, oh, so that interrupted my activation.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't have known. So.
I'm saying all of that spawning interrupted as soon as the guards were defeated. So you weren't supposed to move.
So yeah, I just stay and not take the strain.
Okay.
Okay.
So then I think this guy would probably spawn here. All right, so did you take this? Oh, it's irrelevant because you would have pulled it off anyway. That's what you did. Okay, so Fen has activated. So some of these Imperial forces that just spawned are going to go. The Imperial officer, he is going to try and order another Imperial figure with a figure cost of 6 or less, which is any of the figures on the board, to attack the healthy rebel closest to this figure.
So that would be
Probably the death. Well, is there a range? No, there's not. So probably the probe droid. I think the probe droid hits harder than the death trooper.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to say.
Attack Fen because Fen's only got 3 damage on him. So
Has suffered the least damage. Yep.
Okay. So blue, yellow, and also black.
Roll it up.
And we've got.
Well, just the 2 surges, which then you have to refer to their card, I think.
Well, it doesn't. They don't have search results.
Well, it's the Imperial officer that's activating. So I don't have a surge priority list for another figure.
Okay.
I could try and pull it up and see what that guy's surge priority is.
You click on the droid, and it should tell you.
I'm trying to click through all these tutorials. All right. Information. Okay, so his surge priority is first, recover 1, but he's healthy, so we'll skip that. Then +1 damage and pierce 1.
Okay, so +1 damage and pierce 1.
So you'll still take 2.
Damage and
Pierce 1.
Pierce 1, so I'll lose a block, so I'm taking 2 damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so that was the Imperial officer's first action. His second action is going to be to move 3 to attack the rebel that has suffered the least damage. That would now be Gideon, but he's not going to be able to reach anyway. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes, he can, because from that corner he can see down. So he's going to now attack Gideon. He rolls blue-yellow, I think. Yep. Blue-yellow against Gideon, who has a black. Roll it up. Nothing showing. What's his surge priority?
What's his range? Does he have range 4?
Oh, he does not.
So
He only has range 2, so it's a miss. You are correct.
Yeah,
We've been so close.
It's important to always check the range first.
Yep, that is true. Well, I guess let's see. He does have accuracy with surges, though. So he has +3 accuracy first,
Wow.
which he needs. So he'll hit me. And then his second surge is +1 damage. So I'm only taking 1. So he's got 5.
All right.
Okay, that guy is finished. All right, so now our rebel troopers can go.
Yep.
So I think we have to just use their card.
They should have. Do they not have? What do you
They don't have a.
Okay, so
It's just yeah, we just use
so
their
they have
card.
Pierce 1 and accuracy. They also have aim if they do not move. Apply +1 damage and +2 accuracy.
Okay, so
Sadly, though,
only one guy's gonna get that.
uh,
I think.
these two could combine on the Death Trooper to get that.
Can they see the Death Trooper?
Yeah.
I think they have to see the Imperial officer.
So, if you look this corner straight across, so his first corner. So, this one doesn't seem to work.
Yes.
Where you got this one from?
It was from my dice tray.
Well, it doesn't matter. So, if you look right here, you take this line, you go straight across. You can hit the
Oh,
first
yeah,
corner.
you're right. Okay.
And if you take this line to this corner, you can see it.
But doesn't have to not interrupt a friendly, or does that not matter?
It doesn't interrupt a friendly. You can't see this thing, but if I took a straight line from here to there,
Oh, okay.
I'm fine. I'm totally clear.
Okay.
So I'll go with this is this stormtrooper. This
Rebel trooper.
He's shooting at 1, 2, 3 spaces away. He rolls the same pool, blue, yellow, and black for the Death Trooper.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets a +1 damage and 2 accuracy.
Well, he's got the accuracy anyway, so +1 damage.
So that's
It's not gonna matter.
2, and he can pierce 1, so it's just a miss.
It's still a miss because of that 3
Alright,
block.
and then the other stormtrooper, the other rebel trooper.
Well, can he now move?
No, he could. Yeah, I guess he could. He could move 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And then so this one is going to stand here. He's going to shoot. He's got 3 damage, 4 damage. So he's got 4 damage.
Because he gets +1, right? Okay.
And a pierce. So 4 damage and a Death Trooper.
Okay. And what is their surges? Oh, that's what the pierce is. Okay.
So 4 damage and a trooper.
Yeah, that's wrong.
And then he can now move 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
And the last guy, he can't do the aiming, so
He can still see the same Death Trooper, can't he? From that same corner?
You are correct, actually. He can. That is correct. Yep, he will shoot. That's a sneaky shot.
Mm-hmm. Roll it up. Okay, so he has +1
damage,
and
surge,
yeah, so pierce
kill
1,
the
so
Death
that's still
Trooper.
it's 4 again.
Yeah, that Death Trooper.
Okay.
Way to go, Rebel Troopers.
And they haven't even activated yet, so good job.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And that guy can move. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's as good as he can do. Okay. Rebels have activated. So now that droid, the probe droid's going to go. His bonus, after this figure attacks, the defender suffers a strain. That's his thing. So he's going to move 3 to try and attack Mac. So he'll still move 3. He can't attack Mac.
So he would attack either Gideon
Or Fen, which we both have 5.
But I have more health.
Yeah, so I'm more damaged, so I think he'd probably attack me. So that is clear. Blue, yellow, yellow against my black. Ooh, I got a 3 block. Nice. So their surge priority is recover 1, which they don't have any damage, so we'll skip that. Then +1 and pierce 1. So he'll have 2 damage with a pierce 1, but I still have 2 blocks, so nothing. I will, however, still suffer a strain, which I do have 1 more left.
Strain suffrage from.
That's what his bonus was. After he attacks, the defender suffers a strain. Okay.
Does he have a reposition?
He does. Move 2 to reposition 3. So just move back 2. Finish. All right, fresh round. So that probe droid probably needs to go first because that officer is most likely just going to order it to attack us.
Yeah. The odds of us killing the probe droid.
It's 5 health.
5 health. Yeah, but we're weak and you only get one action. Um,
I mean 2, but yeah.
yeah, but one activation I meant.
Yeah.
The officer's got 5 health too.
It's possible that the probe droid goes first though, and then we'd have an extra activation.
Yeah, maybe.
The app isn't as smart as a human.
Yep. I mean, I can just go first and shoot.
We can try. I think you're the strongest shooter at the moment.
Alright, so.
Unless we want the Pierce on Gideon.
I have +1. It's the same thing.
Well, he has Pierce 2.
Oh. I mean, go for it. Fine,
So I have Gideon go first. He's blue-yellow with Pierce 2.
You could also move and run too, which is good, so he can't attack you since you have less health. So I like that better.
Blue-yellow against the black. Roll it up. He rolled a 3 block, so I'm probably not going to do a lot. I have 3 damage. I did get the Pierce 2. Yeah, so we're good. So I'm going to deal him 2 damage. No, 1 damage. I'm sorry. Yes, 2 damage.
2 damage.
Yes, Pierce 2. I'm done.
That's good.
All right, and then let's just try that again.
Wait, hold on. If you don't kill him, you're gonna be. You might get wounded if you don't care. If you run, you don't get wounded. Or yeah. So
I
I'm
mean,
thinking you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, position yourself for a crate on the next turn, and you could rest in crate.
yeah, I suppose.
You have 5 health. It's up to you.
I mean, Mac is even more damaged,
Oh yeah.
so
Alright, then go for it. YOLO. Maybe you get
take some
lucky.
risks. 3 damage.
Really?
Yep,
Wow. Yeah, he's dead.
we got lucky.
Nice roll.
Good job, Gideon.
Don't listen to me. Kill that probe droid.
Okay, that guy is defeated. And Gideon has activated. Alright, Imperial Officer. Before this activation, the 2 highest cost Imperial figures that aren't already focused become focused. So he's going to focus himself.
Okay. Focused Imperial.
So his first action would be an order, but he can't because there isn't another one. So he is going to move 3 and, of course, specifically target Gideon Argus.
Okay.
Go figure.
And he's
1,
focused.
2, 3, and he's focused. So I'm about to take a crack.
Get wrecked.
Yep. So blue, green, yellow, and black for Gideon, and roll it up. That's a lot of damage. Oh my god. Okay. So the accuracy is irrelevant. That's his first surge.
Just rolled max damage.
Yeah, he did just roll max damage.
5 damage plus surges.
And he has
4 damage plus surges.
yeah, and he has +1 damage for the surge,
5.
which is 5, which is going to flip me. And then he would stun me.
Nasty.
Yeah. So Gideon's going to get flipped.
So when you flip over, you remove all your damage, and then
Yep.
you keep your strain up to your maximum endurance. On your
Right,
flips.
which on this side it's 4. So I'm going to lose one of these and have 4 and still be maxed out. And I'm stunned.
Nasty.
I just
And then you gotta flip yourself.
pushed in. Yeah, I'll do that in a second. And then the officer is going to move 2 to try and reposition 5. So I guess that's his best place. That's his best place to try and get as far away from everybody.
Okay.
And he's done. Okay, so Gideon has been defeated once. Okay. And now it's us
Alright, so I guess I'll just shoot the officer.
with Fen. Yeah, that's fine. Before we start moving. So 3. He is a white.
Oh, he is white.
Missed. So we have 2 surges. So +1 recover 1, basically. So 2 damage on that guy.
And then I recover a damage because I have no strain.
He's not focused anymore.
Okay. And then I guess I go again.
2 damage.
2 damage.
Still alive. 1 left. It's beefier. Right, and Fenn's turn. So I think, do friendlies block line of sight? They do, right? Okay, so we could let the rebel troopers go.
Sure.
And they'll have to move and then shoot, so they won't be as strong. But
That's fine. 1, 2.
so they roll what? Where's the,
Yellow.
okay, where's their card? Oh, you put it there. Okay. 2 damage.
And range 4, so.
Yep.
he's dead.
So he's dead. All right, that's what we needed. Okay, so that rebel moved 2 spaces, so he can finish his movement and move back where he was. And then the other guys can, I guess, just maybe create a little bit of a wall for us here.
Yeah, you can just move 1 here and 1 here.
Oh, you want to move that way? Okay. We don't know if they're going to also spawn this way, but that's fine. All right, so the rebels are done.
Yep. Flip the token over.
And then do we want just Garkin to pick up that crate?
Yeah. And he can recover.
Yeah.
So he'll recover 3.
+1.
And
+1 damage.
Okay, so he picks up the crate.
A hero can interact with this crate to claim the token. Claiming a crate may not provide you the supply card, but it might grant you some other kind of reward. You won't know until you open it. Let's open it. We got a med pack.
Cool. Does it say what they do since it's the tutorial?
No, it just says you gained a med pack.
Okay.
Oh, now they do maybe. Heroes do not recover damage when they would recover more strain than they have on their hero sheet. That extra recovery has no effect. This means no more recovering damage when you take a rest action. I thought that was the case.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, if you have recovered damage during this mission by resting, don't worry about it. Just play with the new rule from now on. Any abilities you have that allow you to recover damage specifically still work as normal. So when you rest, you only heal your strain.
But what if you recover, like we've been doing with the rolls?
That's fine.
But it's only when you take the rest.
When you take the rest action, you cannot
so you
recover
can only recover
damage.
2 med packs.
Correct.
Wow, that makes it
But
a lot harder.
yeah, but the med pack does just heal you 5.
Oh, okay.
So you can, in
So
theory,
you're recovering just to remove strain.
and then you still recover 5 damage if you use a med pack.
Gotcha.
So yes, it is. I thought that was the case with this app.
It's been a long time.
It has been,
That's right.
but yeah.
We're going through the tutorial.
Yeah, we are apparently. So that's where it says, yeah, instead of recovering damage when you rest, you spend a med pack during the rest action to recover your strain and recover 5 damage. Allies can also do that too, but I don't know that we would want that. Okay.
So allies can take a rest action.
Can use med packs. And I guess.
It said that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird because I don't think they can normally take a rest action.
Yeah, they can't take a rest action. So
We might need to double check the rules on that.
yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just clicking through stuff. Okay. So that was Garkin.
Flipping his token over. He's done.
Do you want to strain to move at all or just be? You don't have to.
I mean, I guess he could straight up 1.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt.
All right. So Mac will go. Mac will just strain up one to grab that crate. You found foodstuffs. Getting these out of the base will save the Alliance credits. You gain 50 credits, and we'll have those to spend at the end of the mission. Okay, so pull that off. And his second action is just going to be to move, and he can move 4.
Just rest.
And just recover 2 strain.
Well, you can use the med pack to recover 5 damage.
We only have 1, and they persist throughout the missions. You have to find more.
Okay. So maybe you don't want him. You probably just want him to hang back then, so he can take advantage of not being seen if any bad guys spawn.
Well, but there's red right here. So if I show up here, if I come here, guys that come from here
but they move.
won't see me right away.
But they move to the closest hero. You're the sniper. You just hang back.
Okay. Well, then if that's the case, I would have just...
Over here.
Sure. Then I wouldn't have strained, because it serves no purpose.
Yeah, just take the action.
Okay. Mac is done. Fresh round.
So
Oh, we defeated that guy, didn't we? Okay. So we can just start moving. There's nothing new yet. So
maybe just go with Garkin
to
get that crate.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, so move him.
1, 2, 3.
Take that crate.
Supply card.
Oh, draw a supply card?
Mm-hmm. Gotta pull those out.
Supply cards here. I know there's a couple supply cards, and I don't know which they are, that we're supposed to pull out for the campaign. I think it's anything that gives you credit.
Yes, because there's no way to track that in the game.
I guess
So just shuffle it up, and if we draw it, we remove it. Yeah, there's no way to add additional credits into the app. So
that is kind of a weird thing that they wouldn't have a manual thing just to add, like a little button to add credits.
more credits, yeah. Other than I just don't trust people, but
I mean,
if you're cheating at an app like this, then
there's a million ways to cheat if you
yeah.
want to. I have a pit droid. Place the pit droid companion in your space. The pit droid activates at the start of your activation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you get a little buddy here.
Little dude.
Got his token right here.
Yeah, he's one of the gold ones, so he should be right there. All right, continue. That's the last of it. Get to your ship, and may the force be with you. Place a rebel mission token here.
Okay, rebel mission token. Ooh, mission tokens.
This is the docking bay entrance. When all heroes are on or adjacent to the docking bay entrance, select the token to end the mission. So we got to get to this spot.
Okay.
So Garkin can finish his turn.
Right,
So you only moved 3.
He had one more movement.
Yep. The pit boy doesn't move with you, but that's fine.
Right. Pit droid stays there.
Mm-hmm.
One.
Yep. And he technically moves at the end of your turn, but I don't know that there's anything he can really do.
Moves.
Beginning or end.
Yeah. And then, I mean,
You can just hang out.
hang out.
It's going to be a while before the rest of us can get to you, so.
There's no rush.
All right.
He can move and guess he just goes underneath.
That is fine.
Alright, done.
Okay, so I suppose I'll just let Gideon go. He's going to remove this and move 1, 2, 3, and that is as far as he can go because he is hurt. Okay, and then Mac can move 1, 2, 3, 4, and he just double moves, I suppose. Get all the way to the end. and then Fen, and then our rebels.
So Fen. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4.
And our rebel friends, they can only move once.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4.
They can just kind of plug a hole at the back just in case.
Why can they only move once?
The allies can always only ever do a thing once.
No, that's not true. They can do 2 actions, they just can't attack.
Oh, they just can't attack twice? Yep. Oh, okay. They technically don't need to be on or adjacent to this.
That's
so
fine. So we're just going to
move them here to be a meat wall, just in case.
Yep.
All right, fresh round. So,
More bad guys didn't spawn.
yeah, they did not. Maybe just because, again, it's just the tutorial. All right, so we'll move Gideon. So he will move 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then Garkin moves up. And then we interact with the token. Are all heroes adjacent to this token? Yes, they are. You sprint towards your ship with arms full of supplies. When the last of your team is aboard, the small freighter takes off and rockets out of the docking bay. Your ship comes alongside the medium transport Freedom Fighter, and the two ships leave Yavin 4's atmosphere, only to come face to face with an Imperial Star Destroyer. Fortunately, the Star Destroyer is already preoccupied hauling in another transport, allowing your ship and the Freedom Fighter to make their escape into hyperspace. Cool. So that was the mission. Our reward, we got 950 credits, and we unlocked some additional cards. We have our Tier 1 XP card unlocked available for each character, and we also got 2 other cards. We got an Emergency Injector, which is a Tier 1 card, and Laminate Armor, which is a Tier 2 card. Okay, that reads, deplete this card during your activation, meaning you use it and it's gone. You or a friendly figure recovers 2 strain and discards a harmful condition. So that's one of the purple nasties. So, okay. And what's the Laminate Armor?
Just +3 health. Exhaust this card while defending to apply +1 to your defense.
Oh, +1 block. Cool. All right.
Maybe that goes on Garkin.
I would think so.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. And then maybe the Emergency Injector is on Gideon because he usually wants to be closer to people to use his command ability. Do we?
Yeah, you don't get to keep.
Oh, okay. Sad face. All right. Okay. So that was our first mission.
So you said we're still in the tutorial though?
Yeah, right now. Maybe on the next one it won't.
There might be a setting that'll turn that off.
I don't remember this in the Hoth one that we did last, just personally. So I think maybe it just happens to be that because the Freedom Fighter is the first mission within the app, that first, I should say the Freedom Fighter is the first campaign within the app. Maybe that first mission just has the tutorial information. Okay, so we have 950 credits, and I can tell you what gear we have available for us to purchase.
Alright,
So with Tier 1 items, we have a DH-17.
DH-17. Okay.
A DL-44.
That's a good one.
An E11.
Get blasted up.
Mm-hmm. A Vibroblade.
How they decide what you get.
Not sure.
It doesn't seem like it's truly random. Okay.
DDC Defender.
DDC Defender.
and a tactical display. Those are the tier 1s. And then there's 2 tier 2s. A bolt upgrade and a plasma cell.
Plasma cell and bolts.
Just looking for the card.
Yeah, it's called bolt.
Bolt upgrade.
I don't see it.
Did a tier 2 card get mixed up somewhere else?
It's not the tier 3. Check the tier 1s for bolts.
Or just flip them over and look for a tier 2 item.
Bolt upgrade.
There we go. Things just put in the wrong spots. All right, so we can maybe put these on our little Zoom cam really quick, and then we will probably purchase things offline and have them ready to go for the next time, as well as the XP abilities. We'll pick those offline as well. And you guys can join us. Maybe we'll play this again next Saturday and continue our mission.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know it's probably a little clunky just because this is the first time we've tried to do this on stream. So we're kind of learning what works and what doesn't work. But we appreciate you guys providing any helpful feedback that can make this better and more entertaining for you guys to watch. So from Gold Leader and Patronus, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Remember to follow, like, subscribe on Twitch, as well as catch replays on YouTube. And we look forward to seeing you guys next time.